Well, most of us have introduced ourselves. And Amy, you say you have 3 friends on? Or 2 friends?
Yes, I think Debbie, I saw Pete and Yvonne are also on.
Okay. Barbara?
Yeah, Barbara Lane, Riverdale
Barbara
Optimist
Lane
Club.
I'm talking to. We need to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
I want to delay the approval of the minutes because I think I'm missing the last page. So we'll present, you can read what I've typed already, but we'll represent them next month.
Yeah. Yeah, I've read over the minutes and they're fine with me.
Okay,
Well, No, there is there's missing some information we voted on last board meeting. We approved the $300 sponsorship for the Bob Chow's golf outing like we did last year. And that's not in the minutes.
Oh, it was in the minutes I read. Tony, I read that in the minutes.
I only found one page.
Huh, I don't know how that happened.
Well, that would be
Anyway,
a board meeting anyway.
what'd you say?
I said that would be the board meeting anyway.
Yeah,
Amy, I have to ask you, are you an Irish Easter bunny?
No, I'm selling Easter bunnies, so I want to make
Oh,
sure
oh.
everybody sees that. So I put my bunny ears on.
Okay.
So when you get to what's going on with their clubs, I'll explain that to you.
Did everybody introduce themselves?
I think so.
I don't think anybody did.
Justine, you still can't hear us, or you can?
Justine can't talk. She let's see what she says here.
Yeah, she can hear you. She just can't talk. She
She's
can't
unable
unmute.
to unmute.
She's on mute.
Yeah, she can't speak. So we have to bypass the financial report.
Right. She did email it out to everyone. I believe
Yes.
she did.
Do you want to? For her?
I don't know if we can approve the financial report. How many people saw it?
I saw it.
I saw it. It looks fine to me. Jack, did you get to see it?
Yes, I saw it, yes.
The financial, I have it right in front of me. The expenses we had were the website was 1.5 years. And office supplies for $48. Website was
Hey, Tony,
yes.
the financials and the secretary report are really the board minutes, board meeting. And while we should go through that, we really need to get to the speakers and the program.
All right, go
Right.
ahead.
So,
All right.
we've
We're
got
just-
clubs that have activities.
Barb,
All
Yeah.
right.
we're
Theresa
following. the
Busher will
agenda.
go to you as a,
I was wondering, is this the board meeting we're doing now?
No,
All right, why don't we do
Wondering
that
why
later?
we're asking all this.
Okay,
All right,
Theresa?
are you ready for us, Tony?
yes. All right, I'm
Jack?
gonna
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. Let me introduce you.
While you're doing that, Tony, I'm going to go ahead and have my colleague and co-presenter Kelly Dragoo pull up her slides to get us started here in a minute too.
Okay, I have it here. Since February 1999, Theresa Busher has served as a public affairs specialist for the Social Security offices of Greater Dayton and Springfield. She has worked for the Social Security Administration since 1993. and has experience with all Social Security benefit programs, including retirement, disability, SSI. With her current public affairs position, Theresa acts as a Social Security spokesperson, media liaison, public educator. She currently resides in Washington Township with her husband Ed and their 5 children. Theresa, thank you for joining us. You could introduce your partner there.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Tony. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Yes, I'm Theresa, and I'm joined today by my friend and colleague, Kelly Dragoo. We are both public affairs specialists for Social Security. One good thing, there's like nothing good that has come out of this pandemic for me, except being able to work with Kelly, because she's based in the Cincinnati area. I'm based in Dayton, but together we cover all of central and southern Ohio and parts of eastern Indiana. And so I like to laugh, you get 2 for the price of 1 with your Social Security presentations, because we try to do tag teams together as much as we can. So it's kind of nice. Some of you've heard me over the years, and I think it's great for you to hear another voice today. And we always say, Tony, we love you guys with the President's Club. We live dangerously with you because we do provide our emails. You can see it's easy enough. It's our first name dot last name at ssa.gov. So Kelly and I are information specialists. We really don't mind you emailing us, especially after today, because you may have individual questions. We'll have a little time for questions in the chat and, for you to unmute after we're kind of done talking. But we have a lot of folks that follow up with us offline too. You just don't want to go there necessarily in the group setting, and we understand that. Now, Kelly and I, because we serve all the offices, we're not able to process an application. And we're not able to do an appeal for you. So if it's coming down to that, where you're like, I want to, go for it. I want to make an appointment. I want to go for retirement. We're going to refer you to a local office. And Kelly's going to start us off here in just a second, and she's going to cover that. But if you have a follow-up question after today about, how to do something online, if you're having issues with your online account, if you want to set something up with your individual group, with your Rotary group, etc., and you want to do something similar to what we're doing today, shoot us an email and we'll work something out for sure. Kelly, let's go ahead and bring you on board. Did I miss anything? Anything else? Oh, I should introduce it. Kelly's been a public affairs specialist now. Geez, Kel, I'm losing track of the years. Is it 3 years?
3 years.
Yeah. She's but a babe still, but she has an extensive knowledge also. She's done all types of claims like I have, retirement, Medicare, disability, you name it, serves on our one of our national work groups too. I'm very fortunate to work with her. So take it away, my dear.
Thanks, Theresa. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me go ahead and get this presentation started for you. If you notice on this first screen that I have for you up on the camera here, you see our email addresses that Theresa was talking about. So should you need to reach out to us, you've got our email addresses right there. All right. Our agenda today is to just kind of remind you how to contact Social Security, talk about the My Social Security account. Then we're going to give you some updates on retirement, disability, and Medicare AB enrollment. So hopefully you'll find some kind of information in here that'll be helpful to you. Just a couple tidbits that we've thrown in here through our presentation. Did you know about 180 million workers will pay Social Security tax in 2021? And about 93% of all workers are covered or eligible under Social Security. So it's a rather large program, obviously. To contact Social Security, we want you to reach out to us by telephone or the internet. You can reach our national 800 number that you see on the screen, 1-800-772-1213, between 8 a.m. and 5:30 p.m., Monday through Friday. Or you can use the automated phone service that's available on that phone number 24 hours a day to do things like change your address or get proof of your income. You can reach out to our local office instead if you prefer. You can look up the phone number and the address and the fax number to your local office if you need it. Go onto our website, socialsecurity.gov/locator, you enter your zip code, and that gives you the local office telephone number and all the information that you will need to reach them. Calls are being answered by the staff remotely because no one is working in our field offices right now. Our offices are still not open to in-person services, but you can reach us by telephone in the local offices 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. weekdays. We do have a dedicated website at socialsecurity.gov/coronavirus, which is everything coronavirus related. So as Social Security has made temporary policy changes, as we've answered questions for people like, how do I get a replacement Social Security card if your office isn't open? How do I get my earned income payment, or not earned, economic income payment, the latest stimulus payment? All of that kind of information is on our website. You can get figures that have to do with 2021 on our website too, socialsecurity.gov/COLA, or cost of living adjustment. That's where you're going to be able to look up all the newest information for 2021, like how much money can you make and still be considered retired, or how much can you make and still be considered disabled. Beware of the scams that are trying to tell you that Social Security is not paying on time. We are paying everybody on time all of their benefits. 3.2 million fraud, identity theft, and other reports were made to the Federal Trade Commission in 2019. That's newest stat that we have. 1 in 2 people actually lost money to imposter scams, totaling $667 million in 2019. So fraud and scams are just rampant out there. Be very careful and very cautious. Whoops, I went back too many there. Be prepared, or be cautious, I should say, of suspicious calls that you may get. Social Security employees do contact people from time to time, but when we do, it's generally because they have ongoing business with Social Security. Most of the time, in fact, we mail a letter out telling people we're going to call them on a certain date, or we mail them a letter asking them to call us instead, so that we take that fear away from them that we're a scammer. Employees from Social Security will never threaten you, will never threaten with arrest or other legal action if you don't provide the information we're asking for. If you get any call like that, hang up on them. That's a scam. If you get any kind of calls that tell you that you need to pay us back immediately by opening up a special bank account or going to Target and getting a gift card, hang up. Those are false. That is not true. We don't do that. And if you ever get a phone call that says we've suspended your Social Security number because of some reason, again, that's a scam. Social Security never suspends a Social Security card number. That doesn't even make sense to us. If you want to report an allegation of Social Security fraud, make sure you reach out to this website that you see on the screen. We've got an OIG for Social Security, Office of Inspector General, that can take those fraud reports. All right, speaking of My Social Security, this is how you get your personal information from Social Security online. So we have a My Social Security account that you can create right off of our website, which is what you see here, socialsecurity.gov. You have a valid email address, a Social Security number, you are at least 18, and you have a US mailing address, you can create an account. So you just click on the My Social Security tab off of our website and create one. This is where you're going to gather all the information about yourself, such as how much money will I get when I retire? How much money will I leave my survivors if I pass away? Can I get a disability payment from Social Security? Am I insured for Medicare? So all of these questions are answered for you on your My Social Security account. You'll see your online Social Security statement, which shows you all of those benefit estimates. You'll see your earnings record that shows you all the earnings that employers have reported to us over the years. And we're using those numbers to calculate your future benefit estimates. So that's something you want to look at periodically to be sure it's correct, at least once a year. You can check an application status and look at your disability medical file through your My Social Security account. You can even replace your Social Security card online now, should you need to do that. And we have this fabulous Plan and Prepare workspace that has a nice calculator that lets you create different what-if scenarios to see what your benefit will be at various ages after age 62. And you can include or not include a spouse calculator with that as well. We like to throw this into, if you happen to be the representative payee for someone getting Social Security benefits, well, then you can use your own My Social Security account to go on and report monthly wages for that person if they're getting disability benefits. You can view and print their proof of income even, or update their direct deposit. So your own My Social Security account can be used to access that person's benefits if you're the representative payee for them. Once you do get Social Security benefits, then you can use your My Social Security account to get proof of your income, update your address, change your phone number or direct deposit, replace your Medicare card, replace your Social Security card. And now what we have is something called the Advanced Designation of Representative Payee Request. This lets you remain in control while you can to allow you to designate up to 3 individuals who could serve as your representative payee, should that need arise in the future. So this is something that's a real nice tool for people to still maintain that control of their benefits. This is what your online earnings record looks like. So we just kind of like to show it to you. I'm sure you're familiar with what this looks like. You used to get that green and white paper statement in the mail that showed you what your earnings were year by year. It didn't show you who you worked for, but what your earnings were. So now it's online, and we just want you to look at it. Be sure that you're looking at the earnings to be sure that they're correct. If you see zeros on there, that could very well be years that you didn't work, or it could be years that your employer didn't report earnings properly to the Social Security office. It could also mean years that you worked and paid into a retirement system other than Social Security, like OPERS, or the state teacher retirement system, or Ohio Police and Fire, perhaps. So double check your earnings record and make sure that that all looks correct so that we are calculating your future benefit estimates that show up on your Social Security statement correctly. All right, moving on. Let's talk about some retirement 2021 updates that are helpful for you, we think. A couple more did you knows. As of September 2020, 46.1 million retired workers were receiving $70 billion in Social Security benefits per month. So again, huge program. At the same time, 3.1 million dependents of those retired workers were receiving another $2.4 billion in monthly Social Security benefits. Lots of money going out. All right, we want you to use your My Social Security account not only to look up all those things that I just talked about, but also you can see whether or not you have the credits that you need in order to retire. So you have to have at least 40 credits, 40 work credits, in order to be eligible to retire, as well as a couple of other things. You have to be at least 62. So to qualify for a Social Security retirement benefit, you need at least 40 credits, which is basically 10 years of working. That's going to guarantee you a benefit from retirement from Social Security. In 2021, you have to earn $1,470 under wages that are taxed by Social Security to earn 1 credit. So once you've earned $5,880, then you've earned 4 credits for your year. That's the maximum you can earn every year. So if you've worked at least 10 years worth about that much money per year, then you've earned your 40 credits and you're eligible for retirement when you turn 62. Having those 40 credits is also going to qualify you for premium-free Medicare Part A. So when you earn your eligibility for a retirement benefit, you're also earning your eligibility for Medicare Part A, so that it's free for you in retirement. Here's some different options people have when they're ready to elect benefits for retirement. Again, age 62 is the earliest you can retire with Social Security benefits. So you can elect your benefit to start as early as 62 or wait all the way up to as far as age 70. So if you'd like to draw your benefit as early as 62, you can draw a reduced benefit. That means we will not pay you what you would have gotten if you waited until your full retirement age. So although 62 is the earliest you can retire and draw a benefit, we all have a full retirement age that's somewhere between 66 and 67. For each person, it's different. It's based on your date of birth. And then if you choose, instead, you can choose to not collect your retirement benefit as early as your full retirement age. And you can wait all the way up until 70 to earn what we call delayed retirement credits. That's where you earn an extra 8% per year if you wait to draw your benefit beyond full retirement age. So if you look at that little number line that's just below those bullets of all those things I just said, let's look in the middle. The person that's age 66 at the bottom of the bar, and they're going to get $1,000 at their full retirement age. So you can see on both sides of that number line that if they take their benefit earlier than their full retirement age of 66, they get less per month, depending upon where or what age they are when they draw their benefit. On the right side of that bar, though, you see that if they wait and start their benefit at a later age, after their full retirement age, they can collect more because of those extra delayed retirement credits, or DRCs. So if somebody has a full retirement age of 66 and they waited until 70, they'd be looking at getting 32% more in benefits. So they'd get $1,320 a month instead of the original $1,000 they could have gotten if they drew their benefit at 66. And the same is on the other side. If somebody started their benefit at age 62 instead, they would only get about 75% of what they could have gotten if they waited till their full retirement age. And so their benefit would be about $750 a month. So I think you can kind of understand all of that there. So there's no right or wrong. We want you to use that plan and prepare workspace that's on our website, again, in the My Social Security account, where you can play around with all of those numbers. And you can create your own number line, like Theresa likes to say. So you'll find out your own full retirement age and what would your benefit be at various ages along that number line, anywhere between 62 and 70 versus your full retirement age, so that you can make a decision on what number works for you and which date sounds like the one that you want to use to retire with. So again, you can include a spouse or not include a spouse. All of these are drop-down figures so that you can create your own number line. So check it out. It's a really valuable tool for you in the My Social Security account. And then another thing I want to tell you about is the updated annual earnings amounts for 2021. So again, Social Security is a retirement program, remember? So in order to be considered retired and draw a benefit from Social Security, your income has to be below certain limits that are established for us. So this year, if you are under your full retirement age, or FRA, as we like to say, you can earn up to $18,960 per year. That's about $1,580 a month, and that's before any of your Social Security benefits are withheld from you for the year. So we have some calculations we have to do, but basically, you can make about $19,000 a year and still get your Social Security benefit. It's going to be reduced based on your age, remember, because you're under your full retirement age, but we may not hold any money back yearly as long as you stay under that annual earnings limit. Beginning in January of the year that you reach your full retirement age, then we bump that figure up even higher. So this allows you to retire a little bit earlier than your full retirement age, but still within the same year that you're going to turn your full retirement age. So beginning in January of that year you reach your full retirement age, you can earn up to $50,520 for the year, or about $4,210 a month before any of your Social Security benefits are withheld. So what this means is we're only looking at how much are you going to earn between January and the month you reach your full retirement age. And are you going to make more than $50,520 during that period? If you're not, well, then we could start your retirement benefit earlier than your full retirement age at a reduced rate because it's under your full retirement age, but we won't withhold any of your Social Security benefits for the year, even if you continue to work and make $48,000 during that period of time. So it's another option for you to still maybe go out a little earlier than full retirement age and still work at the same time. And then that final bullet you see there, once you've reached your full retirement age, you can work any amount and earn any amount that you want to. Even if you earn $1 million, it doesn't matter. You've reached your full retirement age and you can work and earn as much as you want and draw your Social Security retirement benefit at the same time. Again, if you waited to draw your retirement benefit at your full retirement age, there's no reduction due to your age, so you'd get your 100% benefit. Plus, you could keep working and earning as much as you're making in your current job, or take a different job if you want. There's a whole lot of more information about all of that online. So check out our publications. We've given you a website on this slide here that'll help you look at some of that as well. We've got a Working While Retired publication out there. There's a lot of good information for you to read about if this is something that you classify in. All right, with that, let's move on to disability updates for 2021. And for that, I'm going to turn things over to Theresa.
Thanks, Kel. I'm going to have you're going to need to unshare your screen, and then I think I can pop mine right up. And while I'm pulling up my slides, you guys, just one quick thing I wanted to mention. I forgot at the beginning to mention that when we're recording, we just always do this little disclaimer and say, this is 2021 and rules can change, amounts can change. I think you guys get that. So since we're recording, we just want to make sure that we state that as part of the recording. So we want to make sure that we mention disability, okay, for you. Because as we get older, you know that a lot of folks know things happen to us, not just us, to our families, all right? So you need to make sure that you're aware that you can file for disability from Social Security all the way until the full retirement age, okay? Kelly just mentioned that full retirement age. It could be 66 for some, it may be 67 for others. You can file for disability even if you're 62, 63, 65. Now, once you cross over the full age, there is no disability. So my mom, we lost her last year, but she was diagnosed in her young 70s with pulmonary fibrosis. She was past her full age, no disability, right? But if you're diagnosed at 63, you could have disability. And a person might say, why would I want to consider that when I could just do retirement, right? As Kelly showed the little graph, remember the little chart? You take retirement at 63, you have a reduction. You go on disability at 63, it's almost like you get your full amount. It wipes out that reduction. Now with disability, it's not the 18,000 amount, the 19,000 that Kelly just mentioned either. With disability, we drill down into a person's monthly work if they're still working. And that's our first bullet there. You have to be below the substantial gainful activity amount. That's a work level of $13.10 a month gross in your work. That's not much, my friends. That is not much. So I want you to think beyond your own circle here. Think about your loved ones. You know somebody that could be struggling with something that's incapacitating. If that individual, even if they still stay on payroll, they may be on payroll, but they're on personal days, they're on short-term disability, they're burning through their own sick pay. That's not work, right? That's not considered work, and they would want to file for disability. And again, it's very important if they're younger, they don't have to stay on forever, they can have opportunities to go back to work, but that's what it's meant for, right? To help our folks in our vulnerable times, okay? What about other types of disability? There's SSI. Now, sometimes folks get SSI, they get that kind of confused with regular disability. Guys, just so you know, I'm going to turn my camera off for a second because I think I'm buffering a lot. So I'm just going to turn that off for a moment. SSI is a form of disability, but it's for adults or children, and it is based on need. So when folks talk about SSI, yes, it's a part of Social Security, right? But it's different from retirement. And when regular disability that I just talked about a minute ago, it's usually called SSD for Social Security disability. SSI is for anyone of any age with a disability or just based on your age alone being 65 or older. But we look at income, resources, and living situation with SSI. And for children, we look at parental income up until the age of 18. So just so you know, SSI maximum payment is $794 per month in 2021 or $1191 for a couple. So if I want you to always be thinking again, if you know someone that you think, gosh, I wonder if you might have someone that you know that's 20 years old and they're very severely impaired, and you think, well, they're not getting any income, they don't have anything going on. Maybe you need to refer them to file for SSI. Now we're going to ask questions again about income and resources and where they're living, but it could be a very valuable tool to get that person some needed assistance. The bottom line with disabilities, we'd rather you have that person contact us at Social Security than go in need, right? Because look at these statistics, all right? So the average person in the United States, I will tell you guys, does not have long or short-term disability. Those days are kind of gone where employers offered a lot of those plans. For most people, Social Security disability is the only type of insurance they have. The average Social Security disability benefit is probably between $1,100 and $1,200, okay? And look at our little statistics. 19% of our population lives with a disability. That's almost 1 in every 5 of us. And 13% of our population lives with a severe impairment. So it is our families and our lives when it comes to disability. Please refer your loved ones to Social Security to at least screen with us if they've never done that and they're unsure about benefits. And again, remember, think about people that are in the retirement zone. Remember, if they're 62, 63, etc., tell them not just to reflexively think retirement, think disability also. Okay, our final topic, Medicare updates. You know, we have to throw some little bit of Medicare at you guys here. But we got to back up and talk for a moment about Social Security's relationship with Medicare. Okay, so we are not the same as Medicare. Medicare is the federal insurance program administered by CMS, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Now, Social Security gets you into the base of Medicare A and B. And a lot of folks want Medicare, especially if you're having issues with health. But Medicare remains 65 based on age, or after 24 months of Social Security disability, or if you have ALS or end-stage renal disease, kidney failure. So there's no 2-year wait for just ALS or kidney failure. All the rest of our conditions have a 2-year wait to get on Medicare or age 65. So we want you to understand that we get you into the base of Medicare, A and B. So that's what everybody's going to need at some point in your retirement. Now, again, this is not the Kelly and Theresa show in terms of billing. We don't cover Medicare billing and all that type of stuff. We get you in, we enroll you in to Medicare A and B to make sure that you've got that coverage. So Part A, think of that as hospital admission, like A for admission. It covers your inpatient hospital expenses. And also if you say break a hip and you go into skilled nursing, it might cover some of your rehab and hospice. There's no monthly premium and it comes with benefits once you're 65. Part B, as in boy, is the outpatient part of Medicare. It covers ER visits, any kind of outpatient observation, an outpatient surgery, regular doc visits, specialists, etc., all under Part B, your labs. The standard Part B premium is $148.50 per month per person. Now, higher income beneficiaries might pay more. We'll talk about that in a second. And once you go on Medicare, your B premium comes out of your Social Security benefits. And if you're not on Social Security, then the premium is billed from Medicare, from CMS, or it's debited from your bank account through CMS. So the thing is, folks get very anxious sometimes about when to go into Medicare. So we're just going to do a super quick review today, all right, real quick. If you're 65, it is an automatic enrollment. Look at our little bubble at the top of the slide. If you're already receiving Social Security at 65, you're going to auto enroll into A and B. So let's pretend that we were all turning 65 in October and we're already on Social Security. I don't care what we're getting. Maybe it's on our own retirement, could be on our spouses. Maybe I'm a widow. It doesn't matter what kind of benefit. I will auto enroll at 65. Okay, when I turn 65. Now, if my birthday's in October when I'm turning 65, I'm not going to get anything yet. But normally 6 to 8 weeks before my birthday, I get a packet in the mail. It's called a Welcome to Medicare packet. It'll have my card and it'll have all kinds of information. I don't do a thing. It is automatic. But what if I'm 65 and I'm not on Social Security? Then we're looking at this little bubble to the right. Then it's an enrollment period, meaning I've got to sign up. I can actually sign up 3 months before 65 or the month of 65 and 3 months after 65. And I can do it online, or I don't have to do it online. I can call Social Security. Either way, and I could sign up. Remember, maybe I don't want Social Security yet at 65. Remember our little number line? Maybe I want to wait till I'm 70, etc. I mean, it doesn't necessarily line up with my Social Security. So if I'm not on at 65 and I want Medicare at 65, I've got to apply. I have to enroll. But does everybody have to enroll at 65? Not necessarily. There is a special enrollment period where you can delay your Medicare from 65 onward if you are working. So if you or your spouse are covered under work insurance, not retiree insurance, not COBRA, not affordable care, then you file when you retire, and there's no penalty as long as you enroll within 8 months of stopping work. And you can do this online too. So again, Kelly and I get questions from a lot of folks who say, no, everybody has to file at 65. That's not true. I have a sister-in-law, my sister-in-law, Kathy, is going to be 66 this year. She plans on working till she's 69 or 70. She hasn't made up her mind totally, but she loves her job. She also likes her health insurance with her job. Does she have to leave that job and go on Medicare? No. She's staying off Medicare. She's working. She's staying on her employer plan, and she's going to enroll when she retires, right? And no penalty as long as you go from work into Medicare. But you got 8 months. But obviously, most of us aren't going to wait 8 months. You want Medicare right away after you retire. Now, if you just blow off all Medicare and you say, okay, fine, I'm 90, and now I need Medicare finally, then you would go into what we call the general enrollment period. It's a catch-up period the first 3 months of every year with coverage starting in July. So there's, but most of us, you're not going to end up going in to that penalty, catch-up period. You're going to go either at 65 or when you or your spouse retire from work. There's a really good place to bookmark where we tell folks, if you've got family members coming up on 65 and they're not sure, tell them to go onto our socialsecurity.gov/Medicare site, and we got a lot of info on how to work things through. And if they're not really sure what they need, tell them to talk to us. And they can contact us up to 4 months before their birthday, and we'll make an appointment with them, and we'll talk through the options. Okay, final thing about Medicare Part B. All right, so you heard Kelly talking about how you can work and make any amount you want after full age and get your Social Security retirement. That is true. That is true. And by the way, we don't care about your spouse's income when you're getting retirement. We don't care if you have capital gains or IRAs or Roths or distributions. I don't care. However, that's for your benefits. Behind the scenes, once you go on Medicare, your Part B amount, the $148.50, everybody's going to pay $148.50. But it could be more than that, depending if you're a higher income with your modified adjusted growth. And if you have a Part D drug plan, that can be adjusted too, my friends, depending if you have modified adjusted growth. So let's look at the second line. I know these are kind of hard to see on our Zoom screens, but the second line says individuals with a modified adjusted growth between 88K and 111K would pay $148.50, that's the standard premium, plus an additional $59.40 in 2021. And if my drug plan, if I have a drug plan, and let's say that's 30 something a month, then I got to pay an additional $12.30 each month for 2021. And then it readjusts annually. But the thing is, you might get a notice about this and you might say, hey, am I just stuck with this? Okay, I get this new determination, let's say. These are usually drop at December of every year. And it says, I get this notice, Dear Theresa, we have used your most recent tax data, which by the way, would be from 2019 for 2021. We're just doing 2020 now. 2020 tax stuff will be used for next year, 2022. So let's say in December of this last December, I got this notice saying, "Dear Teresa," I'll go back up real quick. Let's say that it says I'm single and my modified adjusted gross was 100K. You're now going to pay the 148.50 plus, the additional, almost $60 a month. And I'm like, do I just have to wait for this? No. If I disagree with that, if I have had an updated tax event, so let's say like I retired at the beginning of 2020. I'm not at 100K anymore, my friends. I'm at 50K, let's say. So my tax info has changed. I can ask for this new decision using the Form 44, which is free on our Social Security site. Now, you have to also have a life-changing event, death of a spouse, divorce, retirement. That Form 44 goes through those events with you. But it is very important that you know, file this away in your memory chip, that things can happen. You can look really good on paper, right, with your taxes, but you may have had a big change in the last 2 years since you did those taxes. And we can try to assist you, okay, and make a new decision if we are, in terms of if you're able to fill out that form for us. I feel like I'm stuck. Sorry, it's just causing me a little delay. Okay. So our parting thoughts for you guys, okay, today. Make sure when it's time to file, you're ready for benefits. If you are not sure, okay, if you're not sure, call us, or if you know when you want to go file online, it works great, okay? It takes our application process about a month for us to actually process, and then you can always choose like which month you want to start. You can actually do this process 4 months ahead, all right? And you can elect when you want benefits to start. And hopefully you will keep following us in terms of our social media, like Kelly had mentioned, with looking at our coronavirus page, following our blogs, etc., because we know that we're going to be reopening to the public at some point here in the near future, where you will be able to come into local offices. Exactly when, we don't know, but you will probably know at the same time we do, right, Kel? If you sign up to follow us, and of course, Tony, I'll keep you in the loop. We always try to keep Tony and your group in the loop too. But we also want you to know you can sign up and get those updates immediately. So we're going to go ahead and close out here. And Kel, you've given them our emails too. Tony, they can always get slides too from you. I can get you the hard copies if anybody wants any of the PowerPoint slides also. Okay. Also, go ahead, guys, if you want to unmute, we're a smaller group. If you want to unmute, ask any questions, you're welcome to do so, if that's okay, Tony.
Yes, I have a question. When I retired, I get a 1099 and a W-2. And on a W-2, they still take out Social Security and FICA.
Oh,
what
yes.
happens with that?
Yes. So you never get out of it, my friend. We're always going to you have to pay the payroll. Everybody does. Honestly, Tony, the oldest person I've ever seen who was still working and paying payroll was like 94. Okay. And he was still paying payroll. So what happens is your W-2, it comes to us and we automatically upload this to your Social Security file and we rerun a computation on your benefit. So your actual Social Security benefit is an average of your highest 35 years of work. If it moves the needle, your new W-2, more than $1, you will get an increase, my friend, on your benefit. It will never take it down, but it has to move it at least $1. So what I had said, I remember talking to that 94-year-old and I said to him, so do you feel like when you look at your life of work, think about your whole life, right? Do you feel like this would move the needle at all, being one of your highest 35? And he was like, no. He was like, you know what I mean? He's like, no. So I said, well, that's what's happening. But it's kind of nice to know it's never ignored.
Okay.
It's always looked at. But some of you that are on the call, I'm just saying for you, Tony, most of your career, I believe, was in private industry. But let's say that you had worked for the state of Ohio. And now you've gone back and you're getting Social Security credits and your benefit may have been itty bitty. It might increase it $4 a month or something like that. So we definitely do see people that get increases, maybe not huge, but it's an automatic process.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Hey, Teresa, I've got a question. You were talking about the SSA 44 form.
Yes.
And I know one of the things we're seeing, and we're the Medicare advisor team with Centene. You've got some of us on here. One of the
Oh, you guys, hi.
yeah, hi. Yeah, we do Medicare too. We sign people up for
Yes,
Medicare.
you sure do. You sure
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
But one of the things we're seeing more of now is grandparents raising their grandchildren. You know, the grandparent is already on Social Security. So the SSA or the IRMA doesn't take into account family size. It's just couple size for the income, right? So
Yeah.
even if you have 4 grandkids that you're responsible for, that's not going to reduce your payment if your income is over that amount. That's what I thought. Okay. Thanks.
I don't know. Things like when it goes into IRMA, then I'm like, talk to a tax person though. Is there anything they can do on that end to make them their dependents or something? You know, that's what I would recommend on that end. Because Kelly and I do a lot of outreach with the Ohio Society of CPAs, making sure they're aware of those IRMA levels. And a lot of times they have their own, you know, that's not our world, figuring out taxes, but they can sometimes kind of really sit down with people and maneuver, you know, try to work with that. But Amy, just one other aside, when you talk, because we try to work with our Dayton Children's Kinship Program and some of our others, because grandparents have a lot of decisions if they end up truly raising the grandkids, right? And so grandparents will say, can they get my Social Security? Because, you know, like if you have a child that's your own biological or adopted child, they can actually get some of your Social Security while you're alive. Yay!
Right.
I'm not talking, I mean, we know they can get when we're dead, but I'm talking when they're alive, right? So, but of course, grandparents normally have to adopt. And so there's a lot of nuances, as we know, that go into that. And sometimes grandparents may decide, yeah, that's the right thing to do. But other times they may not be there. So it's pretty much they have to adopt to get a benefit. Not always, but it's really hard to not adopt and get a grandchild benefit going.
Right. And we're seeing more and more of that now. So
You do. And again, we try to work with grandparents too, because some kids, they may end up with a child that has a severe physical or mental health impairment. And the grandparents don't realize that their income does not count in SSI. Remember, we just looked at that one slide that I mentioned, the need-based? And children, but that's for mom and dad. Grandparent income does not count at all. And that includes, and grandparents will say, but I'm a custodian, you know, I have, you know, legal custodian. And it's like, that's okay. That doesn't matter. It does not matter.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
Sure.
I have a question. I'm 63 and a half, and I'm not going to take my Social Security till full retirement age. But what I want to know is, would it make sense to go online and create an account anyways?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, I'd say, you know, especially with you being so close, I mean, obviously you got a few years still to go before you decide to make the application and go for it. But to me, it's really great because you're really going to want to monitor, especially, you know, making sure getting so close, you can really keep an eye on your benefit estimate. You can even play with that estimate a little bit, like Kelly was showing, where you could say, like, I don't want to work anymore, just, you know, whatever, and see what that does to an estimate for you. You know, like if I stopped working now, would that change my benefit down the road? So it allows you to do a lot of cool little computations. And honestly, it makes it safer. Any of you that don't have accounts, wrapping your own password and security around your own account actually makes it safer. Because where we have seen occasional fraud, and thank you, Lord, we haven't had much fraud, but in terms of the My Social Security account, was guess what? People want to try to file for benefits or do things for people that haven't done any online accounts. Because if you have your online account and anybody tries to file for benefits off you or do anything like that, you get alerts with your account. So even for younger people, we really want them to do an account as soon as they can.
What was that again, to set up my own account? What was that?
So that's right off of the socialsecurity.gov, SSA.gov page.
SA, do that again?
SSA.gov. We could type it in the chat too.
SSA.gov. Okay.
You really can't miss it, but
Yeah, make sure you definitely go to .gov. Don't go to any other site that's the lookalike.
Right, okay.
Be very careful with that.
Yeah. I never answer my calls, and the other day I had a call that somebody called and said, somebody's messing with my social security number, give them a call. I never did, but I
Oh,
never
no.
heard back either. Because
No,
anytime I hear something like that, it's a red flag to me.
oh yeah.
absolutely.
Kelly and I get so many of these. I had a family friend too. He got one of the ones that said the sheriff's department in Texas said that he's has to call down because he's a victim. He's been in a crime. His number was in a crime. Something like this.
Yeah.
But he was worried because they left a voicemail
Yeah, that
for him.
Yeah,
So and he was like, but maybe it's legit. I was like, no, it's not legit.
Oh, and the other thing they're doing is they're spoofing phone numbers. So I got one like a week ago. I told Theresa that I was working and my home phone rang, and because we're working at home, and my home phone rang, and it was a local telephone number that had the same first 3 digits as where I live. So I was waiting on a phone call, so I went ahead and answered it, and it was a recording from the Social Security office that my Social Security number had been suspended because of fraudulent activity, and if I didn't press 1 right away and talk to the Social Security office, I could be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
So of course I pressed 1, and so I was then given a live person to say, what is your Social Security number and your date of birth? And I played along with him for a minute without giving that information, but I essentially said, what office do you work in? Maybe we work near each other because I work for Social Security too. And he hung up on me.
Yeah, right.
So be very careful. They're even, it looks like a local phone number, so it wasn't an 800 number. And it said, just press 1 and we'll transfer you right to the office. So many people fall for that call. Don't fall for those things.
Right.
We don't do that stuff.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, ladies.
Well, thank
You're
you guys.
welcome.
Have a great rest of the week, and everybody stay safe.
You and Kelly did an awesome job.
Yeah, very
Yes, you
informative.
certainly did.
I'm going to,
Thank you. We
Thank you.
appreciate that.
I'll send everybody the video link if I did it correctly.
Bye.
So, thank you, Theresa, Kelly.
Yes.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Tony. It's great
lot
to
of us
see
Have a
you.
happy St. Patrick's Day. Bye,
Yes,
everyone.
thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again.
Justine, I like your shamrocks behind you.
Thank you. I
Larry,
think I
why
have
don't
things
you have
fixed
all
here now.
the club, Larry, why don't you have all the club members that are present right now introduce themselves and any projects that they've got going on in their club?
Oh, okay. Certainly. Well, Kathy, you're the first one on my screen.
All right. I'm with Theresa of Dayton. We are, at the end of last year in December, we started and we partnered with God's Grace to have with God's Grace, it opened a free grocery store at Needmore in North Dixie area. And Theresa has set up a book nook there. So with books for all ages, children's, preteens, adults, cookbooks and things like that, that any of their clients are welcome to take and take a book every time they come to visit. So that's our newest project. Interesting, we have our district conference coming up in about a month. Which will all be virtual. So that's a whole new experience for the district with trying to run a conference on Zoom. So we'll see how that works out. but that's kind of what's going on with Altrusa. We're trying to continue to muddle through with COVID and the limitations, but are looking forward to things opening up with the vaccine distributions and the numbers going down. We're very happy to see that.
Thank you. Jack,
Okay,
how about your club?
Jack Hickerman, Dorwood Optimist. This coming Monday, we're having our TriStar basketball. I know a lot of clubs have discontinued it because of COVID, but we're going to head and have it. We're going to have social distancing. It's going to be held at Trent Arena. And
Where is it going to be?
Trent Arena.
Oh,
in
Trent
What
Kettering.
is
Arena.
it?
Trent Arena in Kettering, yeah. And
What kind of basketball game is it, Jack? I'm sorry.
it's a TriStar. It's an event where children, boys and girls from grade school, middle school, they go through 3 different stages. Skills, they dribble, they pass, and they shoot.
Oh, like a
And
basketball camp.
basketball. And so
Oh, cool.
they don't have to know anything about basketball. And we give trophies for ages 8, 9, 10, 12, and 14, 13. And so first, second, and third, and then we give everyone a ball at the end. So it's a really good event. We've done it for years. And it used to be a district event, but anymore they don't do it anymore. A lot of clubs don't do it. Matter of fact, this year Centerville discontinued having it this year because of COVID. But we thought we could do it and social distance, and so we're going to do it.
Nice.
And plus, we're starting in-person meetings again, by the way.
Oh, how soon?
Good.
Yeah. And we're having
How
good
soon,
turnout.
Jack?
Pardon?
How soon are you starting in-person meetings?
This week.
Oh, this week.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, we had them and then we quit them for about a month. And then we're starting them again. Yeah.
And you're at Kohler's, right?
Well, no, ours, we're starting at Christ Church because Kohler's isn't opening up yet.
Okay.
So we're,
So you're at Christ Church.
Christ Church, yeah.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. And then I just see a bluish, reddish square. I don't know who that is. Jack, you know who that is?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's Pete. Pete, if you're still on, introduce yourself.
Oh, maybe that was one of your friends?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
He probably walked away and just forgot to exit out of the meeting.
Okay. Well, Amy, you want to tell us about the Lions Club?
Yeah, I'm with the Miamisburg Lions, and we are selling our chocolate bunnies. We have our dark chocolate left. These are $6, solid dark chocolate, really good. It's a fundraiser. All the money stays locally here in center or Miamisburg. And this year we've added the specialty chocolates. We've got white and no sugar added chocolate. These are $6 too. They're slightly smaller than the other ones because these are more gourmet chocolate, but they're really good. If you live here locally and you want some dark white or no sugar added, we're out of the milk. Just give me a call and I can drop some off. Like I said, they're $6 each, and they're great for Easter baskets, or they'd make a great prize for your basketball camp, Jack, or just whatever, even to eat yourself. It's great chocolate. It comes out of Canada. They're solid. And I mean, we have a lot of repeat customers. So, I mean, they went really, really fast this year. We're going to have to order more of the milk chocolate next year. And then I'm
Don't
also
forget-
with the,
Amy,
I've
don't
tried
forget
the
my
chocolate. It's
3.
very good.
I've got your 3. They're already laid out. Yep.
Thank you.
Amy, I'll take
Yeah.
3 of the first one of chocolate, and then 2 of the
White or no sugar added?
2 of the no sugar added.
No sugar added. Okay.
And could you deliver those? I'm home.
Yeah, I should be able to tomorrow or Friday.
Well, Friday, we're,
Yeah,
I'll get them before Thursday because we're leaving.
okay, I can bring him over tomorrow then.
Okay, great. Thank you.
That is Thursday, so yeah. I'll give you a call when I get there.
Okay,
Okay, thanks, Tony.
we're leaving at 2 on Thursday.
Okay.
Justine?
Justine
Justine, you hear
can't
me?
talk.
This is Larry.
Yes.
I don't know, do you, I know you're the
Huh?
treasurer, but do you belong to any club or not?
Well, John, it's a Rotary Club, but I don't know what really is going on with that one. The
Oh,
date.
that's right,
Rotary
he's a
Club
Rotary
date.
Club.
Yeah.
Okay. Kadisha,
But
how
I
about you?
need 4 white chocolate bunnies.
Okay. Thank you.
You know what? Just give me 10 of them. Just give me 10 white chocolate. And because I know
Oh,
they all
thank
like
you.
the milk chocolate, but I'll take, because I always get them for the grandkids and 10 of them now. So let me just have 10 white chocolate.
Okay, super, thank you.
You're welcome.
Kadisha,
Yeah, thank you, Larry.
can you hear me, Kadisha? I don't know, is Exchange Club still meeting?
Can't hear.
Kadisha,
can't
can you
hear
hear
her.
me?
Kadisha, we can't hear you.
I- Kadisha, I can barely hear, I can't hear you enough to understand you.
You know what? I don't know what's going on, but I can barely hear you.
You need to turn your sound up.
Are you away from your
I'll just forego
microphone?
everything until the next time.
We hear
Now
you
you
now.
We can hear you now.
Now, okay,
Okay, you can hear me now?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, basically what I was saying is we're having our national convention on the 27th of March, and that's going to be virtual, and we're looking forward to that. And, you know, just like everybody else, you know, we're just trying to recover from COVID. I got my shot on Sunday. I got the Johnson & Johnson, so it was just one shot, and I'm feeling okay today, you know. And outside of that, you know, we're just taking it day by day.
Adisha, where did you get your Johnson & Johnson shot?
I got it from Kettering Network on
Okay.
Dorothy Lane. When they called me to schedule my shot, they wanted to schedule me for the other one, and I told them I preferred to get the Johnson & Johnson, and so they told me it was only on Sunday, so I went Sunday morning at 9 o'clock and got it.
Okay, thank you.
So when they schedule you, you can request it, and then they'll let you know when they're doing it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Barbara? Barb?
Hey, Brandon.
Oh, Barbara.
She's the one I believe that cannot unmute herself.
Oh,
She was before. That was Justine.
Yeah, I'm the one that I got
Walked
my
away. Yeah,
all taken care of.
yeah. Barb's with the Riverdale Optimist Club.
9 left. I see there's only 9 left now.
Yeah.
6 people
Thank you
left.
so much.
yeah. So am I with Riverdale. We don't have any fundraisers going on right now.
But we had a very successful Super Bowl.
Yes, we did, as a fundraiser.
Mm-hmm.
So we should have enough funds to give away for the year.
Yes.
Hi there. Can you hear me now?
Mhm.
Yes, Barbara.
Yes.
Yeah, we recently, the Ohio District Optimists recently had our second quarter meeting, and it was 100% virtual, and it worked out very well. We are trying to have our third quarter meeting, though, in person in May. So, but we've pretty much, Riverdale, we're working to get a tree planted in honor of in memory of Chuck Gardner at Allwood to replace one that was damaged in the tornado. And hopefully that'll happen this spring. And that's pretty much it.
Okay. I'd like to bring up another subject now, if we could. I got from Justine a very extensive list of all the clubs that should belong to the President's Club. A couple of them no longer exist, but we need to check and see where the bills go. Barbara, you never got a bill from the President's Club, did you?
I would have gone to Amy.
Amy, and you never got
Okay,
one?
I've resent them out again, and let's see what happens the second round. I don't know.
How long ago did you send them out, Theresa?
They just
Or
went out, I
Justine, I mean.
believe, Monday.
Monday?
Yeah,
Okay, this week. Okay, all right.
yes.
Um,
We'll
Yeah, I
see
wouldn't
what
have it by
happens.
now anyway.
Well, not necessarily, not the way the mail works from our post office.
No, I'm saying I would not have it by today if you mailed it on
Okay.
Monday. Really
That wouldn't,
slow.
that's too fast.
Yeah.
And then the list, if you look at the list where it says updated, we have updated information there. Where it says, like Kevin, he's not the treasurer, and then we emailed Larry, the president. Those have not responded back. We have not received any information from those. Then we have the Rotary Club of Kettering no longer wants to be in the President's Club.
Say that
then-
again?
The Rotary Club of Kettering no longer wants to belong to the Kettering Club. And then we also have the Optimist Club Centerville Evening does not want to belong in the President's Club. Then we have those don't exist. But if it does not say updated, we've emailed and we have not received any information, so we don't know who to send those invoices to.
Did you
Bill-
send that to Larry or did you send it out to everybody?
What?
No,
I sent it to everybody.
I got it.
Everybody got this.
I know I got it.
When did you send it?
Was that yesterday,
Yesterday.
Larry? Because I was having problems with Larry's email. I finally got that to go through to him. But I sent it to everybody. Tony, did you get a copy?
Okay.
Yes, I
I
did.
got it yesterday.
I'm pretty sure, Amy, you were on my email. Let me look.
I did not receive anything, Justine.
And that is,
Altrusa Club of Dayton?
Okay, are you a board member?
Yes. A board
Okay.
member, pardon me. A board member of the
President's
President's
Club.
Club? Oh,
President's
no,
Club.
no, I am not.
okay,
Never
you-
mind.
Those, if you're not a board member of the President's Club, I didn't send it to anyone but the board members.
Oh, okay.
But you should have gotten the information for your club. Are you the president of your club?
No, I'm the past president. And
Okay.
usually we're
Okay,
the
then you
ones
wouldn't
who
have
are,
got that.
pardon me?
The address we
And you
have is
probably
Sue Carletto on Sarah
Oh.
Freeman Drive.
She is our current treasurer.
That's who
And
would have got the,
I believe she
Invoice.
sent the dues in. I believe she reported at our last last meeting or so. I think Altrusa is current.
no, I haven't received any payments.
Okay, we have a meeting next week, so I'll check with that.
Okay,
Phil Parker called me and he needs an address of each club so that he can send out something about the luncheon in October. Because the clubs usually always donate some money for that. And that's what he needs the addresses for. So
well, I have the addresses for the Treasurers Club, which is for the treasurer, is who I have addresses.
all the
for.
names, names and addresses you have here are all pretty well treasurers, right, though?
Yes,
Yes. So would, you think that letter would normally go to the treasurers
Should go to the president.
to go to the presidents?
Should go to the president. So we don't
Okay.
have updates on those.
So, and these phone numbers we have are
For the
all
treasurers.
treasurers' phone
But
numbers.
Right, and we might be able just to call them and get the president's address and number.
Well, who would like to volunteer to call some of these people? I mean, I'll call some.
Okay,
I would be willing to also, but I haven't been able, Tony's was the one who helped me get the Zoom invite. I don't know if you had meetings in January and February. I did not get any information about those. So,
We did not have membership meetings in January or February.
okay,
The first membership meeting. Generally, there are 4 people that are notified or that can be notified by the President's Club of a membership meeting. That would be the president, the secretary, the treasurer, and a designated representative if the president's not able. So if you're the designated representative, then we need to get your information also.
okay. Who would I
We
send that
can
to?
also, yeah, and Barb, they don't have to be one of those 4 people. We can add anybody to the list because the more the merrier. The more people we get it out to, the more people that may attend.
Right.
Right.
Those are generally we're lucky if we get those 4.
Then who do I need to send the information to in regards to those people from the Altrusa Club? Is there an email address that I need to?
Are you getting the on the newsletters?
I am getting nothing.
Okay,
Oh.
go on our website, presidentsclubdayton.org, download the membership form. You can either download the membership form that gives all the detail of how to add people to it, or you can download our newsletter, the current newsletter and the last newsletter. We have that information there also.
Okay.
Okay. The problem is I can't get these out with my email because it keeps getting blocked or
Mhm.
rejected by a lot of that's the problem I've had with that. President's
Okay.
Club, yeah, presidentsclubdayton.org. And then go to forms or whatever, you'll see there's a icon on the top, and then you can pull either the the forms for membership application and we're updating your Altrusa Club with the detail and all the
Okay.
information, where to send it and so forth is there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. If I can't get it to work, I have your email,
Call
Tony
me.
and Belinda's. So,
You can call me.
okay.
All right.
Okay, and Kathy, then you can get us your president's name and mailing address.
Yes.
Okay. Ambucks is gone. American Veterans Heritage Center. Anybody ever hear of them? They're on the list.
They're the ones that have they had the program at the VA Center Memorial Day. They are moving their museum though from the VA out to Fairborn.
Oh,
No,
more
that's
space.
the Miami Valley Military Affairs,
no, this is different than that.
different groups.
Yeah.
I think that may have been Glenn's group.
Ben
Yes.
Costy's group.
Yeah, but I don't think he was affiliated with Mark Conrad's museum.
So probably don't call them.
I think you should call everybody on the list.
Okay, I'll call them. Then next we have the Beaver Creek Women's League. Who would like to call them?
That's Missy Walters' group.
She's not around anymore, I don't think.
I don't know if she's still with Greg McAfee
Oh,
or not.
No,
That-
no.
Oh, they fired her. They fired her a long time ago.
Okay, I thought maybe they had.
Yeah,
She-
and she's not with Caring Noon Optimist either anymore.
Oh,
She
okay.
was working for McAfee, then she worked for one of Trump's organizations. And then when, now she doesn't have a job.
Oh, okay. I haven't talked to her in years, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know Beaver Creek, their whole club, I mean, all they do is the scholarships one time a year. So I would think they might be interested.
Well, Amy, you want to give them a call then?
I can try, but Missy was the only contact I had there.
Well, on this sheet that I got, that Tony said he sent to everybody, the treasurer's phone numbers are on there, so you can call that person.
Okay, yeah, I'll call them.
And Tony, I'm guessing you call the Civitan Club of Dayton?
Yeah, I do all this.
Well, I'm sorry, what are we calling them for? I'm getting
Yeah.
confused here.
We're calling this to get the president's name and
Okay,
mailing
okay.
address.
Yeah.
Okay,
And it's really for Phil Parker, so he can
Time out.
mail a letter to everybody.
Well, he's
I
already
sent-
got it.
Here's what I did. I sent the information to someone that Justine had called or send me the information. I gave them the president's name and address and phone number and email address and the treasurer's name and address. And I was just looking at it, and that information with the address is not on either one of them. So Justine, I just texted those to you with the correct info. And I'll get the information with the President's Club, the president's address. And
Well, if you already have that, then we don't have to make these phone number calls.
I'm not gonna
Right.
call. I had their information. I'll send it to you.
Okay, well, see, I don't have that information. We just have the treasurer's information.
I know, but I think Justine has that president's information, but it's in a different file.
okay, let me check on that. Let me see.
Okay. Well, Amy, don't
And if so,
call
I'll
her then.
send it out and I'll send it to Phil. I'll check though.
Yeah, I
And
just sent you,
Justine-
Yes,
I was gonna say, make sure you have mine, because I haven't received anything from you for the Optimist Club at all.
okay,
So it may have gone to Ken. He was the former treasurer.
okay. And you're the treasurer now?
Thing for the Riverdale Optimist Club.
Okay.